the ingredients for this recipe are pretty easy and just happen to be stuff I have on hand, so I thought I'd throw this together and share it with you. This first up is 1/2 of a white onion that I've diced up in advance. And then 2 cloves of garlic that I peeled and sliced into these thin slices. Some rosemary. 382 gram or 13.5 ounce can of no salt added leaf spinach in water. Just gonna drain the water off and use what is in the can. You could alternatively use frozen packed spinach. Fresh spinach you could use as well, doesn't really matter. I just happen to have this in my pantry and want to use it in this recipe. And then I'm going to be using a 14-ounce can of quartered artichoke hearts in brine. I'm just going to drain off the brine and add it on in. So then you'll want to use a non-dairy milk of your choosing. I'm going to be using this unsweetened soy milk today. I just think it gives it a little bit more of a creamy texture. And then you'll want to use a flour of your choosing. Now I'm using green banana flour. If you've never cooked with this, it's entertaining. It's gluten-free. It does not taste at all like bananas. It is a really nice alternative for people who are looking to avoid gluten for medical reasons, dietary reasons. This really substitutes pretty nicely, actually. It has a very high content of resistant starch, so it thickens things up really well. And check the description box. I will put all of the ingredients down below. Okay, so here on the stove, I just have simmering a little bit of water in a pot. And I'm gonna go ahead and cook down my onion, my garlic, and my rosemary, just in a little bit of simmering water here. All right, so I've just added my onion, my garlic, my rosemary to a little bit of heated up water here in my cute little Le Creuset Dutch oven. And a tip to get the onions to cook a little bit faster is to add a pinch of baking soda. My mom taught me this. She learned it on a cooking blog recently. So I'm just gonna add a little pinch of baking soda. This doesn't alter the taste in any manner. It just helps those onions to cook down a little bit faster. And alternatively, you can use a little bit of low sodium vegetable broth to do this. It will really give the onions a nice caramel coloration, particularly if the vegetable broth has some sort of carrot in it. I like the Imagine Foods no chicken vegan vegetable broth. It's really good. That'd be a good choice. But I don't have that. These recipes that I throw together for you guys, they are really just what I'm making for myself this evening. And because of what I have in my pantry, this is what I'm using, you know. Sure, you could go to a farmer's market and get, you know, the freshest, most in-season spinach and fresh artichokes, but with the chaos, sometimes you just have to go dirty with the can. So you can see that the onion, garlic, and rosemary nicely all cooked down and softened down. Most of the liquid has evaporated, and you have basically softened onions. You could keep going low and slow if you wanted them really brown and caramelized, but I don't have time for that. I'm happy with where they're at. So now I'm just gonna add 3 tablespoons of my banana flour. And you know, you might say, I thought you were making this recipe out of stuff that you happen to have in your pantry. Like, you don't have broth, but yet you have green banana flour. Yes, I have a problem, you guys, with iHerb. I just randomly buy stuff on there. I think, oh, that looks so cool. I'm gonna try it. And then I wind up with these like random bizarre ingredients and no like standard of care. So then I kind of have to get inventive. Just wiping off a little of the dust here. Now the green banana flour does have quite a bit of the resistant starch in it, so it's going to absorb all of that liquid. And I'm just going to like cook it down here. I'm kind of making like a roux. And as I mix it in, I'm going to just add my non-dairy milk, which in my case is going to be the soy milk because that's what I've got. And you just want to keep stirring and kind of scraping so that it doesn't cook onto the bottom of the pan. But it nicely absorbs that liquid. This is kind of like making a roux for a gravy. So now you can see I basically have these kind of the basis of a roux here. So I'm just going to add my drained artichoke hearts here from the can. I just drained some of the brine out. There's a little bit left in there, but because the artichoke hearts are in that brine, you really don't need to add salt to this. It's basically already got salt in it. So go ahead and add those. And I'm also going to add the spinach here that I've just drained. All right, so just give everybody a good mix there. Off. And now I'm just gonna let this cook a little bit to soften the artichokes down a little bit more and get everything nice and seasoned in there. And then I'm gonna transfer it to a Pyrex bowl to cool and dish up. Ta-da! Spinach artichoke dip. It comes out, you guys, really creamy. This is wonderful. Just get a bunch of veggies and, I don't know, your favorite pita bread or chips or whatever you like, and go to town on this. It comes out really good. The banana flour does not taste like banana, as I said, if you choose to use it. It does kind of give it an extra green appearance, so if that is not the look you're going for, then you might not want to select it, but I kind of like it with the spinach and the artichokes. I've just dusted some nutritional yeast on top for a little jazzy garnish. But yeah, this is such an easy thing to put together for an easy weeknight snack, dinner, whatever. It's really good, and this and my refried bean dip are staples. So I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. There she is, the thumb. Share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.